Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to work on the car, do a little bit of panel patching. Fire up the welder, cut some patches. So hang around, and let's do this. What I have done, so I've been working already, I took the door off so I can get to the panels. And this is what we have in store. I'll have to get the light out here. But this thing is like Swiss cheese. I got a light underneath it, as you can see. It's showing light everywhere. I had to pound this panel back up. This panel needs pounded back up, but it's still really solid right there. So I'm just going to do some minor type patches. Just a section, like there's a pinhole there. I'm going to cut this section out where there's good metal down along the edge and across. So I'm just going to cut that section out. This section, which is down in the valley, I'm going to cut out. I'll probably cut out to about here and then come across. And I might just come all the way across and then up, because there's a hole here, and then across. So that'd be two patches. Down here, it's on the lip, there's holes. So I may just, let me grab something to point with. I may just cut along here, over, and then back, because there's holes here also that go back to about here. There's no holes, so I may just shape that. There's one hole right there. So it's going to be just little patches of area that need to be tended to. It's like back here. I think I'm going to do like I did here. I'm just going to cut out a section here, drop down, bring it back up just to make a square section. I can do these bends to get the shape. There's one hole here, and the guy, whoever welded in these plates for the seat, what, some booger welds. Wow. Yeah, I mean, look at that. But it's blown through right there. So I'm going to patch that up. I grabbed my mirror and looked up underneath. I don't see any light coming through underneath, so we're going to try and clean that all up. This is cracked, so I'll pound that back in the shape, run a bead here, and there's a crack here. Clean that, get that closed back off. And then we go to the sill. Let me turn you around. Look at that. Blowing it through. It's like running way too hot. Didn't prep it. Same back there. And that's not too bad. That section, sorry. But we also have it up here. Some blow through. Yeah. So we got our work cut out for us in this little section. And then once we get that done, I think I'm going to have to pull this out. I was checking it, and it is spot welded to the floor pan. Those two bolts go to, I'm not sure if it's a cross member, or I don't think it is. But I'm going to pull that, try and get this out, because this whole front pan is bad, real bad. I mean, it's rusted through here, into the corner, up along that edge, up in the front. So, I think this is going to be the only panel that I'm going to purchase, but it's expensive. It's like $170. It's like, why? But I haven't even started cleaning on it to see if I can patch. But we'll figure it out when that time comes. So I'm going to go along and mark these areas. That's why I got the light underneath there, so I can see where all the holes are. I've been hitting it with a flapper disc and a paint stripping wheel on my drill. And get the wire brush out and get the vacuum out and try and get it all cleaned up to where I can decide on where we're going to make these cuts and start making the panels. Yeah, and it's Saturday, Christmas weekend. So I got a few days. Tuesday, the day after Christmas, I'm going to go flintlock hunting. So you guys keep your eyes open for that. Me and a buddy are going to go out not too far from here. So they've been seeing a lot of deer movement. And the thing about it, all I have is my buck tag, which is fine because I can use my buck tag as a doe tag. It's the only time during the year, like flintlock season, you can fill your tag. It don't matter if it's a buck or doe. So that's cool. Hopefully we get some meat in the freezer. But yeah, let's get to it. Okay, you probably can't see it, but I took a Sharpie and I marked a square out right here on the upper lip, the upper side. We're going to cut that out first and then make a template. Then get the steel out and cut and get that. I want to weld that one in first. I did check underneath for any wires, lines, or anything. My brake line and gas line run along the frame rail, which is over here. So we're far enough away from it, so we have no worries of hitting that. I do got the fire extinguisher here beside me, so we're good to go there. So let's dive into that. There she is. We got a hole. I did go get a file so I can deburr all the edges. Probably not the right file for the job, but I am needing to pick up a small 90-degree angle, and I can put a screw on sanding pads, different grits, and hit that real quick. But yeah, we got a hole, and that will give us our pattern, which is cool. Yeah, I got my old piece of steel. I've had this, my lord, probably 20 years, just tucked in a corner. But I'm going to use this corner. Yes, there's a little bit of a tab here that can be ground off, but at least that will give me two edges I don't need to cut. So I'm going to draw the line and even if it's a little big, you can take and grind it to size. You know, take it down to where it will fit properly. So I may just leave it a little proud. And that's what we need to hack out. I did bring the angle grinder's working pretty good. It cut through that panel nice and smoothly. I removed the battery before changing out the disc so it doesn't fire up on you. And this thing's so nice, it's quick. And I took the guard off just because it's a pain in the rear trying to get in there. Okay, I'm going to hack this on out. Gotta be careful. You don't want to get your fingers near that blade. And there we go. Now we'll clean up the edges and change this around back to it. Clean up the edges and we'll start trying to get it fitted. Well, I done screwed up. I need to cut it again. That's okay because you probably could use this somewhere else. But it does not fit. What I did is I forgot that the width of the cutting blade, and then I used the marker to mark out the edge. I should have cut on the outside of the Sharpie, and that would have left enough room for to take up the width of the blade after I cut it. So now it is way too thin. You can see I'm touching the edge. Look at that gap. We do not want that. So back over there to cut another one. Well, we got it cut, and she fits. She looks like she's going to fit real well. She's a little tight at this end, but at that end, got plenty of space. What I am going to do is I'm going to shave this edge down a little bit because that edge looks nice and straight. Going to fit perfectly, but this edge is just what from here down is just a little bit too much meat. So, yeah, definitely. Now, what hold it in place with these little welding clamps. Got these from Harbor Freight. You get like 8 for $5. What the hell? Can't go wrong. Now, as long as we got enough room somewhere, I can even take a little bit off because the MIG welder will fill it in. This is very thin, and it sits down in like so, and it holds the metal in position. So we may need to, once you get it in position, you reach under the other side and you take this little block on the back side of the metal and then tighten it down, and it clamps it in place so you can weld it. You can't use these on a blind to where you can't get to the back side on a blind panel. So just to let you know that. Now there we go. Let me take you off the tripod here and give you show you what I'm doing. I've just got one clamp, which is fine, but I got a good gap all the way around. It's a little tight. Yeah, it's right up against tight here, but yeah, I think we're going to be able to get that taken care of. Well, we got her set up. That's one thing, needs to make good grounding clamps, sort of right there near the work. I did do some previous welding with that old section I took out and the new metal over there, but I tried to set the welder up to where I ain't blowing through that bad, and we'll see. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tack here, maybe in each corner, and work my way around it, get it to where it's pretty much in place. So I'm blowing through. Go down even more on the amperage. But I blew through on the old metal, so that's a good reason why it's pretty thin. Yeah, that's about the setting I'm looking at. Just do some small tacks. Doing pretty decent. You can tell by the sound when I blow through, it kind of goes to a high pitch. And there is not no shielding gas on this welder, which ain't a good thing. So I'm gonna run a couple more tacks along here. You can see where it's starting to drop down in. I'll have to push up from the bottom side to get it even to tack it. Hot. Unscrew that, reach underneath, pull the little deal. They will get hot though. Okay, I could run a couple, it's a pretty wide gap there. I could run a couple beads along there, just fight with it. I'm not going to bore you guys with what I'm doing, but you run a tack. This is not like TIG where it runs cooler. You run a tack, then you run another tack, then you run another tack. You can do like 3 or 4, let it cool. While it's cooling, move down, do another 2, 3, then do another 2, 3. By the time you get done over here, you can come back and finish filling in. So I'm gonna, off camera, I'm gonna move this metal around. I'm gonna try and get that to where it's where it will meet up even. I may have to take, I don't have a small enough grinder, grind some of that away, but we're getting there. Well, guys, I've been at it for a while. Not too bad, not real great, I'll tell you that, because you can see I found some real thin. I kept trying to build up to try to close it, and it just kept blowing out. Same with this one. So what I am going to be doing is probably cut another piece so wide till I get back to thicker metal. I might be putting another section right in here because all the rest of it's welded in, and I'm not cutting it back out. But we've gotten real good penetration. This is a flux core, no gas. Now, if it was gas, it'd be a different story. We are welding to rusty metal, which, if you know anything about welding, welding on rust ain't the greatest, I'll tell you that. But hey, we're in the process. We're getting there, but it's going to be slow going, especially all this, and then I want to do inside the sills like I showed you, and that's going to be the real bear. But yeah, I did figure out why I was seeing a lot of scratches. That outer lens is scratched, which is not bad right now because I took some polished it up, but the inner lens, I'm gonna go over here, grab that. The inner lens, as you can see, is messed up, scratched to shit. So that's what I was seeing, and so I'm going to order another one. But yeah, the little welder's doing the job. That's the main thing. Yeah, it's getting smoky in here, so I am going to be giving it a break, open up the front, the overhead door, and I got to run to town, and by then she should be aired out, and then I can shut the door, heat back up in here, and keep going. But hey, guys, I do appreciate you. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I'm over 1,800 within the last couple weeks. It's just like I'm getting 1 or 2 a day. It's like nice. I really appreciate you. If you just recently subscribed to my channel, thank you. And yeah, leave a comment. I always try to reply to my comments. It's a good way for me to find your channel, and because I just click on your name and it takes me there. And if I like your stuff, even if I don't like, if you don't have any videos, if you're just a supporter, I subscribe. I got a bunch of folks, naming my buddy Jeff. You are the man. Okay, that's it for this one. We'll get back at it later. Thank you for stopping by. Give me a big thumbs up and not the finger, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Merry Christmas.